Yo, yo, yo. You know what time it is. Welcome to another episode of the Patchy Beards, but this time we're bringing you a special episode.
Special
That's
episode.
right. Crazy weekend, and we cannot go without talking about it. Both Game of Thrones, the Battle of Winterfell, and Avengers Endgame, the same weekend. Too much craziness in one weekend, so we had to cover it in an episode, and
Yeah.
this will be the only episode of the week, unfortunately, for you guys that don't follow neither of these two things. First off, get out from under the rock you live in. And second off, we'll carry on with our regularly scheduled program after this. So don't worry, this is not going to be a regular thing happening.
That too. If you do follow on that side note, if you do follow up with Game of Thrones and Avengers and you're a fan and just haven't had the chance to see it yet because life gets in the way, then I suggest you postpone this episode
Yes.
till a later date because there will be spoilers. We will be talking about the movie and the episodes in itself. So do yourself the favor and just save this video for a little bit later. But if you're watching this, you might see that Matthew's not here. We have decided to let Matthew go.
Man, you just went out straight with it, huh?
Yes, he's had some situations and circumstances come up, and you know what? It's not his fault.
Well, I just want to say this. Here we believe that there's no I in team, and he just simply didn't share that same philosophy as us. So, as the majority, we had to make the decision that can't have that type of negativity around here. So,
Yes, and in his place, you know,
the faithful Byron, who's
Byron.
always about the team.
Yo, I'm here. And you can see my face now.
Yes, and
I
hear his
barely
voice.
hit the mic is like in the way. Right?
Yeah,
I'm always behind cameras, so.
yeah.
And now I'm behind the filter, the pop filter.
Yeah, now you're
Yeah.
behind the pop filter, which is hiding most of your face too. But he, as you can tell, he doesn't have a mic stand, so he has to lean in every time he talks. So don't expect an essay of words from this guy's mouth throughout the podcast, just
Thank you.
because
Yeah.
it's a bit of an awkward position. But nonetheless, we have him here because he also saw both things, and I'm sure he has some input to provide.
I actually saw it twice.
That's how
Avengers.
good it is, right?
The
That's-
Endgame.
Let's
Start with that. Let's start with Endgame.
So
That's
you
how
managed to
good
find
it is.
tickets 2 times for this same weekend.
Yeah. Because
Huh.
the thing is that a month before the opening day, some people from work texted me and they were like, "Hey, Marlon," or I'm sorry, Byron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get it right.
There
I'm sorry,
you go.
who's,
Get your name
who's
right.
Marlon?
I don't know.
Who's that? I
Come
don't
on.
know. It's
That's
a
the guy
fish.
Matthew went with.
Yeah, exactly. They were like, "Hey, Byron, we're gonna go see Avengers. Do you want to go with us?" And I was like, "Of course." And then like 3 days later,
We hit you up.
yeah, you guys hit me up, and I was like, "You know what? I'm probably gonna
Want to watch it twice?
watch it twice.
Yeah.
So let's go."
So when did you see it before? Was it on Thursday and Friday, or
No, Friday night,
Friday night
and then
Saturday?
Saturday
Okay.
night. Yeah, I think that movie. I'm probably gonna go again and watch it with my brother. He still hasn't seen it, but you know, every time you see something a second time, you catch things you didn't
Right.
catch before.
Yes.
So I'm going with that mentality the second time to try to catch things. Did you catch anything the second time around?
Yes, actually, and because English is not my first language, as you may notice from my accent, there sometimes when I watch a movie, there are parts that I don't understand. So, but this time I understood more. So, for example, when Tony Stark confused Rocket with a
Build-A-Bear.
Build-A-Bear. Yeah, I didn't get the joke at the first time that I saw it, and then the second time I was like, "Oh, okay."
That's funny.
It's
Yeah.
funny. Marvel does a great job of combining or making you feel like that emotional distress and then like super fast bringing in the
The humor.
humor, but the comic relief and everything. But let's talk about who was the real MVP of Endgame, and I'll leave that to Ulysses.
Yeah. Throughout the 3 hours of epicness and craziness and all the acts of heroism and hype that happened, we cannot go over the movie without giving appreciation to who the real MVP is in Avengers Endgame, and that is Mr. Rat.
Splinter.
Yes, aka Splinter. The Rat is the real MVP, the one who brought Ant-Man back from the quantum realm.
Yes.
It's so crazy how they take something that's such a chance event
Such a coincidence.
to start everything that happens in the movie. Like legit, without Ant-Man coming back, everyone would just go on about their lives.
Yeah.
With half the population
Exactly.
gone forever.
And it's funny because, I mean, like, of all things the writers could have done to try to bring Ant-Man back, I've seen so many theories. Like, prior to the movie coming out, there's theories that, like, oh, Ant-Man being in the quantum realm for so long, he has now the power to time travel or something like that. Or when he's finally able to escape somehow, et cetera, et cetera. Like, Ant-Man, it resulted in Ant-Man escaping by himself. But no, it was with the help of the real MVP,
Splinter.
Splinter.
All these elaborate theories and
Oh
super
my
complex
God,
things.
bro,
That,
they
oh man,
were-
this and this could lead to Ant-Man coming back somehow.
Man,
The writers
they
are like,
were-
a rat.
yeah.
How about a rat? A rat accidentally presses the button. Let's just get that out of the way, which is funny. But no, I when you talked about the comic relief, I felt like it was still there, but you could definitely tell this movie was a lot different than the other typical Marvel movies when it comes to that. I felt like they toned it down quite a bit when it came to the humor. Yes. I felt there was a lot more serious undertones to this movie where you could still tell it was a Marvel movie, but it wasn't your typical Thor Ragnarok Guardians of the Galaxy style.
Yeah. I mean, this
movie.
movie is following, Infinity War. And at the time when Infinity War came out, at least this is my opinion, like, that movie blew my mind. Because, like, when you watch a superhero movie, you always know the hero's going to win. Like, regardless from watching Endgame, you knew the hero's going to win. It's just a matter of, like, at what cost. In Infinity War, the heroes lost, and it was at a great cost. So
Double win.
coming off of that, like, thought that, I mean, like, Infinity War was such a wreck to the Avengers, and watching Endgame and even how the movie started out, like, I was not expecting this spoiler. Obviously, you shouldn't be watching at this point if you don't know this is spoilers, but that Thanos died within like the first 10 minutes.
Crazy, right?
Bro, I was kind of like mad. I was like, if that's like the only part of the movie he comes out in, like, this movie's garbage. I don't know what everybody's
Like
talking
there's
about.
no Thanos for the rest of the movie. What's going on?
Yeah, I was like, is the rest of the movie them just trying to get the stones and that's it? But I like how they played it off later on. But my goodness, man, that just ruined everybody. The way Thor like chopped his head off and
He
stuff
finally
like
went
that.
for the head.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. That's what he said too. And
Well,
they-
Actually, I feel like he should have gone for the arm because
he would chopped off
that's
the
it.
gauntlet.
Yeah.
Right. Like the first time around, you mean?
The first time, yeah.
In the last movie, he should have done that. Yeah, he could have done that too.
Yeah.
Instead of just trying to kill him outright. But speaking of Thor, man, like
Fat
Yeah.
dude, fat.
talking about comic relief.
Dude, yeah, that
Yeah.
was the one bit of comic relief that there was in the movie. And
Did
it
you
was
guys
quite
like
a
that
bit.
part?
Yeah, it was the whole movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys like that Thor was fat? For
I
the
thought
entire
it was
movie?
funny, but at the same time, it was like we're experiencing a watered down Thor, like a nerfed Thor for the rest of the movie. When a lot of people would have liked to have seen him full power, like he was in the last movie, finally get his rematch against Thanos at full power
Yeah.
to see what would happen. And now we just get a fat, watered down Thor who, I mean, he held his own for a little bit, but he was no match. It was no match, and I know it's because he was fat.
Yeah,
'Cause
I mean,
he had
he had both Stormbreaker,
Stormbreaker,
and
yeah.
Mjolnir
Yeah.
or whatever.
Mjolnir, yeah.
Mjolnir.
So
And when you say that, I always laugh because at our friend Matthew's wedding, take care of him wherever he's at because he's not here now.
you're acting like he's dead now. He's dead to us.
I don't know. But he gave all the groomsmen the cufflinks.
Yeah.
I was Thor.
Oh, is
Yeah.
that fate? That's destiny.
That's
that a
fate,
prophecy?
man.
Was that a prophecy?
Yeah. So when I saw Thor with the belly and like all like like nonchalant about everything, just eating and drinking, I was like, man. Well,
That's a sign.
I played my part.
And
I can
playing
see why I was
Fortnite.
Thor.
And playing Fortnite. Too.
I'm playing Fortnite. Well, I hate Fortnite, man.
Dude, yeah, we had that experience. With
I never
Fortnite.
got into that game. Never.
Nah, I tried it out a few times, but I just
I
wasn't
think
for
it's cool what they're doing. They're doing though. You saw what they're doing now?
What's
Because they
Oh, like a World Cup?
no. When Infinity War came out, they released a version where you could be Thanos and you controlled the gauntlet. Now they have the version where you could be Thanos and the opposing side could be Thor, or not be Thor, but have Stormbreaker, Cap's shield, Iron Man's suit, and Hawkeye's bow.
No one's picking the last one.
Hawkeye. It's long range.
You said the
I
other
mean-
three things, and the last one did not register with those at all.
Yeah.
No.
Hawkeye's bow, wow. I'd rather take like a paper straw or something
Yeah. But he was good as
in
as
this movie. Yes,
Ronin.
as Ronin. Yes,
He was really
He
good.
was better, a lot better
Oh yeah.
than just regular
He
old
was
Hawkeye.
just so dark, man.
Who?
I mean, he's,
Ronan.
Yeah.
but his
But-
entire
But
family.
that's what makes it better.
Dark, man.
Yeah.
He was emo, like legit.
And
emo.
then his full sleeve tattoo, just like the whole look was just like, yo, this guy's a BA
his like
now,
mohawk cut and everything
bro.
too.
Yeah. Even
Well,
though
Who do you think really should have died? Him or Scarlet?
was gonna say-
Scarlett Johansson.
I felt like
I was gonna say Scarlet Witch.
Black Widow.
Black
Black
Widow.
Widow, yeah, I felt like the writers got to that point and they're like, oh wait, someone has to die to get that stone. And so they were like, okay, let's just throw the two least important characters that no one
Yeah,
cares
just
about
get 'em
in
out the
there
way.
and
Yeah.
let them literally fight over who is the character that people care about the least.
That's so convenient how it was them too.
Yes,
Because they
exactly.
all separated in teams.
Yeah.
Sure.
And then the two like most irrelevant,
Yeah.
like not useful at all. And you know what's crazy? In the trailer, this got me so mad while I was watching the movie. The whole movie, I was like, "No, Black Widow's coming back," because in the trailer they shoot her shooting the gun.
Yes.
like that
Yes.
scene never came up in the whole movie.
I was expecting that part. Did you
'Cause-
see that movie? That
Nah,
part?
I don't
exactly
even remember.
because
what
mad
you're
people
talking
were
about.
making fun of it, like, "Oh, Black Widow's just gonna come out with a pistol and try to shoot Thanos," and like they made all those memes and stuff. Like, no, she just didn't come out at all. Like, she just killed herself.
Damn, they threw everyone off with that.
Yeah,
But-
when I saw that part, I was like, "Oh no, Black Widow is not gonna die because of this scene in the trailer." So I was like, "Okay," but nope.
Yeah.
she
Yeah.
died.
Did you guys catch this too? Me and Matthew, we were sitting next to each other and we caught it. The beginning of the movie when Captain America is like in that, that little group together. And they're all talking about like how they're dealing with laws.
Mm-hmm.
Did you catch the Russo brothers?
No.
They were in the group. The guy talking the most, that wasn't Captain America, he was one of the Russo brothers.
Oh.
Oh,
So I applaud the Russo brothers,
That's
man.
right.
They are, man. They have a mind. Like they have brains, man. Because they mess with people's emotions. They completely took what people were thinking and commenting about with theories and stuff like that, and they just jacked it up and made it completely their own.
Yes. Yes and no though, because I feel like the theory as far as them using the quantum realm to reverse everything to get the stones and snap it back, and that Iron Man would be the one to snap it. That was all foreshadowed and predicted by a lot of people. But other than that, yeah, there were a lot of side things that happened in the movie that a lot of people weren't expecting. Like I guess the whole Iron Man thing. Well, I mean, if he was gonna snap it at the end, I guess you expect him to die. But I think Captain America,
Would have been able to survive.
I don't think so. But I'm saying like Captain America surviving. I think a lot of people weren't seeing that, even though he comes back as old Cap and he's presumably
Gonna die soon.
gonna be dying soon. I think a lot of people saw himself being sacrificed as well, or instead of Iron Man. So, and I just want to throw this out there as well. Captain America actually did something,
Oh, he was
cool.
useful.
Yeah, he was actually useful for once in a Avengers movie.
Oh wait,
Because you put like I'm not a big like. All right, I'll just let you guys know. I hate Superman because he's all powerful and his character's boring. But at least he's all powerful. Captain America,
Are you talking about Captain
he's
Marvel?
boring. Huh? No, I'm talking about Captain
I'm
America.
talking about Captain America.
Captain America, he's boring and he's not powerful. So like at least at least Superman had the crazy strength around him, but Captain America has the most boring personality and he's useless when it comes to situations like Thanos or some other world-breaking threat. But in this movie, they did a very, very good job.
They did him
Yes.
justice.
They really did. They did him, bro. He was the one who put in the most work against Thanos.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
including Captain Marvel, who was really disappointing.
Yeah,
But
we'll get to that in a
bro,
second.
with Mjolnir, bro, he went off on Thanos,
Dude,
and that was BA, bro.
that made me laugh too when Thor was like, "He's worthy." He's worthy."
I knew it.
Yeah, but at the same time, like, you know what I was concerned about? Like, in order to hold Stormbreaker too, you had to be worthy as well, right? Or am I incorrect?
No, you're right.
Yeah, you have to be worthy.
Yeah, you're right. Because
Thanos held Stormbreaker.
did he though?
Yeah, because he was getting hit by it and he grabbed it like that and he was holding it up.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, but I think you have to be worthy for the hammer, not for the Stormbreaker.
I'm not sure, honestly. I think it could be either or. Maybe it's that both you're worthy or you just have to be insanely powerful.
Yeah, because
Pick it up.
I know there's a comic where the Hulk picks up the hammer.
Right.
And it's not that he's worthy. It's just like he's that
He's
strong.
that strong, yeah. And Thanos is on a level where, like, bro, that dude is insanely powerful. As far because you have something, you pulled it up.
Yeah. So according to Quora.com, it says, no, you don't need to be worthy, as in having good morals and being a good warrior. But your body has to be physically capable, near Thor's level, to wield the Stormbreaker.
So Thanos definitely is.
Oh,
so
yeah.
that's why he was able to grab Stormbreaker.
So it has nothing to do with worthiness at all, or it
No.
could be either or.
Stormbreaker.
No,
is
the-
not.
With
For the
Stormbreaker.
Stormbreaker.
Okay.
You don't have to be like, you don't have to have good morals.
Okay. So in that story with Beta Ray Bill, he picks up the hammer, right?
He picks up the hammer and he was worthy.
Okay. But he also used Stormbreaker, didn't he, eventually?
Eventually, because I do remember him having an axe.
Right. Yeah.
But he's exactly like Thor.
Strength-wise.
Yeah, strength-wise, and he ends up legit looking like Thor. He
Yeah,
has
with
Thor's
the whole
armor.
getup.
His,
Yeah.
that's his whole costume is Thor's costume.
Actually, Captain America held for a second the Stormbreaker. And then Thor was like,
Thor was
no,
like,
no,
no, give me back.
Give
Yeah.
it back. Yeah.
That's true.
Wait, so then that's kind of weird then.
So according to this, Captain America is physically
On Thor's
Capable.
level? I don't think
On
so.
Thor's
Well, that's
level.
true too because there's a previous Avengers film where Thor's drinking with a bunch of people and he brought some like alcohol from Asgard and he's with the
Yes.
old Vietnam vets and that was a Stan Lee cameo and the vets are like, "Come on, we could drink it." He's like, "No, this is not meant for mortal men." And then he gives it to Captain America because Captain America could take it, and like the guys drink it and stuff, and Captain America's fine, but like the old men, they drink it and they're like, "We fought in World War II and like in Nam and stuff. We could take some of your like alcohol."
and they were all wasted.
Yeah, they're all like just like a little shot.
Wow. Well, I don't know. I mean, that's a little iffy for me. I don't know if Captain America is really on that level. I feel like he's more like super human strength, but he's not like, I mean, Thor's on a demigod level, basically.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
a big difference.
But the thing that I applaud Captain America with is that epic shield and hammer combo.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was epic, and the way like he made like a sound wave with the shield and like stuff like that, like it literally does disobey the laws of physics completely. But it's a superhero movie.
Yeah,
like,
it's
what are
Marvel.
you gonna do? I was upset though at the end of the movie, for multiple reasons. I'm gonna touch based on two things. When Tony finally got the Infinity Stones, I was mad because he's had an encounter with the Infinity Stones before. So he knows what the stones can kind of do. Why couldn't he just use the stones temporarily to use the reality stone to turn Thanos into like a block of clay? Or turn the whole army into like something temporarily until they could figure out a way to get the stones back.
Well, did he know that he could do that?
Yeah, when they fought on Titan, he saw all the ways that the stones were being used.
But isn't the use of even individual stones, doesn't that take a great toll on the body too?
Not as much as using all 5 of them at the same time.
But at the same time, he's still just a regular human. And who knows if maybe using even one stone would disable him to the point where he couldn't do anything after that, and maybe it wouldn't work out right. I mean, yeah, I get your point though. Like it was definitely
it was a risk, period.
It was something that maybe could have been written in, but I felt like the writers were pretty set on a sacrifice happening. So
yeah, I was just butthurt because I mean I'm pretty sure he could have used a reality stone or power stone to shoot Thanos or something, but I was just butthurt the fact 1 that happened, 2 that Sam Falcon got the shield.
Oh, you didn't want him to get the shield?
No, I wanted Bucky to get the shield.
You racist, bro.
I ain't racist. No, I can't say I'm fair because Bucky like
bro,
was a Russian spy.
Bro, his chin strap was bothering me so much. Sam's.
Oh, for real?
Bro, it was bothering me so much because it was like so thin, and it was like instead of being back here, it was like up here. It was like coming down here. It was bothering me so much. But yeah, you know, this is Disney, bro. Progressiveness. We're gonna have a black Captain America, and you know they see that fitting. And I'm not mad
they're
at
gonna
it.
do the Loki series, and I think from rumors that I heard, I can't confirm or deny if this is true, that Loki's gonna be gay.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I saw like scrolling through Instagram and all those things. I can't say if it's true or not. If that's Disney's choice to do with that Loki thing, you know, I can't even go there.
Well, that's low key whack.
Yeah,
Low
key.
But yeah, this is just Disney though. You know,
Yeah,
they're gonna
it's
insert their progressiveness wherever they can in the movie. Like in the Endgame, it was with the gay guy talking to Captain America in the counseling session.
Actually, that was one of the Russo brothers.
That was the Russo brother. Yeah,
he was.
Yeah, there you
He
go.
gay, but
Yeah.
yeah, like him talking about going on a date with a guy and stuff. But that's fine. I mean, it's not a big deal or anything. But in other cases where it affects the story, then it's like kind of like, okay, that makes no sense. But in Endgame, it was really subtle. So I know it's like a law now or something or a regulation that you have to include at least one LGBTQ whatever character
for real.
in each movie. Yeah,
Really?
yeah, and show.
Diversity.
Huh?
Basically, diversity.
Yeah, diversity.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to promote diversity in that way.
Huh.
As long as it's not too in your face, you know, it's whatever. That one was fine. It wasn't that big of a deal. So.
Do you guys have any disappointing characters?
Yeah, man, I have like
In this movie or general?
in this
In this movie.
like I could do like a top 3, honestly. I can
Yeah.
do number 3. I can do I can do Professor Hulk. Number 2 would have to be actually nah. The only 2 I could think of is
Captain
Professor
Marvel.
Hulk.
And
Actually no, Fat Thor. Fat Thor is number 3.
Really?
Fat
you were
Thor,
disappointed about Fat Thor?
yeah, he
Yeah,
wouldn't.
he was
wouldn't
because he
pull
wasn't
himself
peak
together.
Yeah, he wasn't peak Thor, and he was a coward most of the movie.
I don't know. I liked him.
I mean, he's funny, but like,
Yeah, he was funny. He was the comic relief.
Yeah, he
and I
was.
really liked that. I don't know why. Maybe because like this movie was too serious at times.
he was.
So
Yeah, if he wasn't fat, then the movie would be like kind of dull.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I honestly was expecting like in all superhero movies that he's gonna get stronger again, powerful, so he's gonna like magically get in shape.
That's what I
But
thought
no,
too.
it
No,
didn't
he
happen.
stayed fat.
Yeah, he's gonna have
Yeah.
to work that off. Yeah,
Yeah, but I like
hopefully,
that.
hopefully, it's gone by the next Guardians movie.
As Guardians of the Galaxy.
As Guardians of the Galaxy. Yes, hopefully, it's gone by then. But yeah, number 2, Professor Hulk. and we can get into that. And number 1, Captain Marvel.
What is it that you didn't like about Professor Hulk?
Well,
Too much.
Professor Hulk. Well, if we're counting both movies as one, right? The Infinity Wars and Endgame.
Yeah.
Hulk was supremely disappointing. Supremely. Now, if you just approach it from this movie, then he's slightly disappointing.
Yeah, because this movie was just all about his brains.
The only thing though that, and even that wasn't like really necessary because in the end it was still Tony Stark.
Tony Stark.
That
He
did
didn't know
everything.
what to do about
Yeah.
quantum stuff.
Yeah. The real only redeeming thing that he did in this movie was snap to bring everyone back, because he was probably the only one that could do that and live. But then again, anyone could have done that, and maybe they would have died. But just take one for the team. But
That's one thing I wish they would have shown in this movie. A Hulk and Thanos rematch.
yes,
Big time.
bro,
Yes.
that's the thing. There was no action. He did nothing.
Hulk. Like,
he did legit nothing.
You
the whole
have
movie.
one of the strongest characters in the whole MCU universe, and you're preferring to use his brains over the fact that like he can just rage out and like destroy everything.
Yeah, and that one scene where they went back in the past, and he was like feigning to be
Yeah.
the Hulk from back then. He's like, like that was the perfect that was the perfect visual concept of how he is now. Like he's just meh, like he's whatever. Like the first movie he was scared, and now in this movie he was just quote unquote too smart or too
And trying to be funny too.
too intellectual to be just a savage Hulk anymore.
And what I think people forget sometimes too is that one Incredible Hulk movie with Edward Norton. That's technically part of the MCU universe, because
Yes.
at the end of that movie, I think it's like either Iron Man or that general guy. He comes out. He comes out later in Avengers for Ultron or with the Sokovia Accords and stuff like that. But that was the Hulk I wish would have stayed. That type of Hulk that was just like BA. Like the way he destroyed like Abomination and stuff, like just walking to the middle of the street, ripping his shirt off, just collected and just like all ready for the fight and stuff. Like that Hulk was BA. That Hulk would whoop this Hulk's like butt.
Oh yeah, 100%. And yeah, everyone wanted to see the rematch and wanted to see Hulk redeem himself. People felt like he needed to redeem himself after getting his butt whooped,
Yeah.
and then not coming in the time of need when everyone else was fighting. He just didn't show up. So very disappointing for Hulk. I
Even
don't
Valkyrie said it too. Like she preferred him the other way.
know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she was speaking for everyone there. And I don't know what the future of Hulk is going into the next phase of Marvel.
Is there gonna be a
Hulk movie?
Hulk
I
movie?
doubt it.
I don't think so, man. Which is sad, but I don't think so.
Yeah, because I think his contract is up.
And they didn't really take much advantage of it, honestly. But wasn't there contract issues with the Hulk, the character in general? And that's the reason they really couldn't make
No clue, man.
solo movies on it?
No clue at all. But Captain Marvel was very disappointing as well. And you know what I think it is? Someone said something in the theater that I heard, like just overheard, and I thought it was true. Like, I don't also think that it was just that she was disappointing, because when she did fight Thanos, like she was putting up a fight.
Yeah,
he just outsmarted her.
Mm-hmm.
Like ripping the stone out and using it.
Oh, that was a crazy move, bro.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
like
That
I'm pretty
was
sure she
crazy.
didn't know he could do that. Like that's why
Yeah,
she
that
wasn't
was
prepared
pretty-
for it.
No one expected that.
Yeah, that was
neither.
nice. That was pretty cool. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
lie.
that was
Yeah.
on the fly. And like he just outsmarted her. But someone said, I was like, man, if she would have been there the whole movie, like it just would have been too easy. Like we wouldn't have a movie. And it's true, because like she's a cosmic superhero. She's not an earthly superhero. So she does have other planets to go to and protect the universe itself, not just Earth. Even though she's from here. So it's
Yeah, and I guess she did come in the most important time.
Yeah, she destroyed
two
that
of the most
ship.
important moments, saving Tony Stark and at the end fight, but to only get like 10 minutes of her and her to like lose to Thanos, like pretty not super easily, but like she lost worse than Captain America did. Like Captain America put up more of a fight than the supposed strongest character
Yeah.
in the whole Avengers squad.
Yeah,
so.
but with that said, too, I mean, she was fighting him with the Infinity Stones. Cap wasn't. He was fighting him just hand in hand.
That is true too. Yeah, you know
Yeah.
what? I that is true. I didn't take that into account. That's true. Yeah, so that makes it a little better. Still though, like just not enough screen time. Like for her to like appear in the most recent movie before this
Yeah,
one
you
came
would
out,
figure like she'd play like a
and then
huge
at
part.
the end
Yeah.
at the end of Infinity Wars, the post credit scene, they made it seem like she was going to be the hope. She was going to be
Yeah.
the force to bring back all the people and avenge them and defeat Thanos. But I don't know, she disappeared most of the movie, and it's just a little disappointing in that sense. So there's that. And then speaking of the whole progressiveness thing, that one scene, remember I commented on when in the final battle where like all the girls line up
Oh.
and they're like, girl power.
Yeah.
Yeah, unite. And I had mentioned that was super cheesy and super forced and super cringy. Someone hit me up later that day, like we were discussing the movie, and he said, "Oh, but that was an actual squad, and that was like an actual team in the Avengers. It was called the A Force, I think, or something like that. But they actually made a comic book series with an all-female based Avengers team. So I'm guessing maybe that scene was a little homage to that, a little shout out to that. But at the same
could be.
time, that comic book failed terribly. Didn't really sell much. It was only around for like a year, and it wasn't really popular. So I don't know if they're really paying homage to that or they're just,
forcing the
issue, which is okay. Like I'm saying, it's not bad. It doesn't harm anyone. It was just cheesy, and I just pointed it out.
Yeah, when we saw it, I mean, I didn't think it was cringy. I thought it was cool. Because, I mean, I don't think those girl superheroes get enough credit, too. Because when you think of the Avengers, you think of Thor, Cap, Hulk, and Iron Man. Male-based. But, like, I feel like if a girl has a problem with that, like, that's all male-based. Like, take it up with Stan Lee. He made them.
Yeah.
This was made in a very different time.
Yeah.
Exactly. So.
But now they're catching up, with the different female characters like Spider-Gwen, bro, Potts. in that
Pepper
suit.
Potts,
dude.
man.
Princess Rescue.
She
bro.
was BA. Yo, when they
Yes.
were fighting together and
Yes.
everything,
Oh,
too.
that was
Yes.
awesome.
Man,
See, that was amazing. I love that.
me and my girl need to get on that level. Legit. Like, have suits and, like, just... I mean, okay,
That's
I'm
goals.
taking it.
That's
That's
goals.
just goals, man. Bro.
Fighting along.
Except
with
my
your
suit would have, like, a little belly like Thor's and stuff.
And
I would
Scarlet
shoot-
Witch.
I would shoot out of the belly.
Scarlet Witch was also.
Oh, she was awesome.
Yeah,
She was
pretty cool.
BA
Yeah.
too, man.
To me, she's
Bro,
one of
she
the
would've
most powerful
She would have
superheroes.
killed. She
Yeah.
would have killed Thanos.
Oh yeah,
She could.
yeah,
she could.
She's one of the most.
You know what's
powerful
funny too, though?
superheroes.
She could have killed him faster, but she was taking her time.
Oh yeah, she wanted to make
She
that
was
dude suffer.
enjoying it.
Yeah, she was enraged. Yeah. So now that you pointed out, two of the most powerful characters in the whole MCU cinematic universe are females, and with Scarlet Witch and Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
So they've definitely,
Made their mark
evened out the
playing field.
a little bit with that.
Yeah,
But overall, I thought it was a great movie. I just had said that maybe it was a victim of being overhyped a bit. Just because everyone was saying like it's the best thing ever. I'm not gonna go that far, but obviously it's one of the best Marvel movies that was made.
Yeah.
I'd give it like a top 3, top 5 Marvel movie ever
Really?
made. Yeah.
It's my number one.
Your number one? Yeah,
Mine
I'll give
too.
it like top
Mine too.
3, top 5. But like a
on
9
a scale
out of
from
10.
1 to 9 out of 10.
Yeah, I'd give it
What
a
would you
9
give
out
it,
of 10.
Byron?
1 to 10. 10.
10.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I'm hearing that
10.
a lot, which is fun.
I would give it a
Yes.
10.5.
I feel like the one thing that would have made it better for me was having a bit more
Action.
like that and like impact as far as like, whoa, this is real serious right now. I only felt that like really at the end, very very end with Iron Man and all that.
Yeah.
I feel like
Oh.
that moment when Thanos came first, and right after Hulk snapped the gauntlet to bring everyone back, and everyone was all happy and like, "Yo, this worked. This is good." And then Ant-Man's there staring like, "Guys, we did it." And then boom, that
Bro,
the whole
that got
that
me
nigga
off
looked like
guard,
he
bro.
incinerated. I'm like,
I don't know how he was alive.
I don't know either, bro. But-
Supposedly they said that as he was flying back, he shrunk. And
Yeah, I
then
guess something
that
like
saved
that.
him.
But when I first saw that scene, I'm like, yo, this is crazy. This just got crazy right now, bro. And then I was thinking like that one part where I think it was it Stark that said it? I think it might have been him, but he said, oh, like we risk going back and just making things even worse than they were before. And I was thinking like, oh crap, this might end up even worse than before, but this is the last movie, so obviously that wouldn't happen.
Yeah.
But for a second there, I just thought like if Ant-Man would have been killed there, I just think like, oh, that would have like hit me because I saw him alive later, like a few seconds later in the movie. I'm like, how did he survive? I'm like, oh well, never mind. Like, it wasn't as crazy as I thought, but it was still a great movie though.
In case if you're wondering who that random kid was at Tony Stark's funeral in the
everyone's
background.
Yeah.
After we saw it in the theaters, we were all talking about it. We looked it up. The kid turns out to be the young kid from Iron Man 3 who helped him throughout the movie and stuff like that, which was very random and I think unnecessary.
No one even knew who he was. So.
Yeah.
And he was grown up.
He's
so
a
he
grown
looked
kid.
vastly different. Yeah.
Who called him and who
I don't know.
like who knew about his existence? First
I
of all,
don't
Yeah.
know,
Who
man.
said like, let's bring in that random kid?
yeah.
Right. It felt like it looked like some random kid just snuck onto the
Right.
set and
Probably it
dressed
was
up.
not even the same actor.
Yeah, probably not, right?
Yeah.
But
I have some unanswered questions. I'm reading
Shoot
on
'em.
Google. So the first question: where does Loki go with the Tesseract?
Oh, so that's another thing. That Loki doing that creates an alternate timeline.
Yeah.
So that Loki is still alive doing some crazy things. So that I don't know. Is the TV show going to be based on that?
probably
Loki?
it could because Loki's dead. So that was probably a way for
That would make
writing him
sense.
back into
Yeah,
the universe.
that would make sense. So in a sense, don't be too depressed, guys. We'll probably still see Loki in the future in some
Yes.
some sense because he's alive in an alternate reality. So
Maybe as Guardians of the Galaxy.
hopefully
Now
I don't
that
know.
Thor is with the Guardians, I guess.
Yeah. So
And he's the captain. Well, you know who the captain
well,
is, right?
the captain, quote unquote, yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone knows he's the real.
He is the real
He's the
captain.
real boss, but you
Yeah.
know we'll let
He's a
Star
man.
Lord.
You're a dude. He's a man.
Question,
Dude, that
though.
movie's gonna be so funny.
Do
Oh, yeah.
you think Quill's ever gonna win Gamora back? That's a tough one.
I feel like
man.
it'd be really cheesy and predictable if he did, right?
Yeah, but at the
Yeah.
same time, I mean, like the circumstances in which they met
Different.
were completely
Yeah,
different.
completely different.
Like right now, she's not even with the Guardians anymore. She's doing her own thing.
He
With
doesn't even know
Nebula.
who any of them are.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which is kind of sad. I mean, like they were pretty much a family.
That's a different Gamora. It is
It is.
Gamora, but it's not in the same sense. It's not the Gamora he knew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Because they all grew together.
yeah.
I mean, they all started off hating each other, but they were put in situations that forced them to like be one together and be a family.
So I'm
is
guessing that's going to
sad.
be the central plot to the next Guardians movie, where they try to find her and
I think they're gonna fight Adam Warlock.
right. Is he I know he was like rumored to be in an upcoming movie. Did they say he was going to be in that specific?
I think
Movie.
he is going to be because in the last Guardians movie when they stole the batteries, at the end the post credit scenes were showing those golden people creating something, and that's Adam Warlock. So it was tied to a Guardians movie, so I think it's
Yeah.
gonna be that. But Adam Warlock is basically the equivalent to Superman in the MCU. So let's see how
So,
that plays out.
Let's see. Hopefully, I like Fat Thanos, but
Fat Thor.
Fat Thor.
Or Fat Thor.
Fat Thanos would be funny too.
Yeah, that would be funny.
Give me those stones.
In the beginning part of the movie, they should have had him fat.
I know, right?
Like, he's retired.
That farmer life.
Yeah.
Yeah, straight up. Bro, he had to be white. You saw how much salt he put on that? He put less than a pinch of salt on the food he was making. He said,
You don't like no seasoning, Thanos. But nah, hopefully we get some, real peak Thor action in the next movie.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
I have another question. So, again, spoilers, but by this time, you should have been gone.
Oh, yeah. We already
Yeah.
been spoiled. Everyone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But one of my questions was like, okay, so we see that Captain America goes back in time and he stays. So he marries Peggy and all that stuff. And then he comes back at the end as an old man.
Yes.
So what happened in those 60 years? Did he have kids? Where are they?
Presumably.
Are they powerful? What's gonna happen?
Yeah. So it's confirmed that he got married.
Yeah.
As far as kids, I think it's probable. I think it's probable that he had kids.
super baby.
Whether they inherited his powers or not, I'm not sure. Because is that a genetic thing? That was just something that was, given to him while he was already an adult. I don't know if that
I'm
is
pretty
ingrained
sure
in his genetics.
it would affect him genetically too. Though.
Yeah, because maybe that altered his
DNA?
maybe.
Maybe, yeah. And if that's the case, maybe they can find some way to incorporate them into the next series of Avengers. I thought that was interesting though. Him staying back there and then him like living out his whole life
Yeah.
to go meet with
it
them.
It was deserved. Like he deserved.
he
Yes.
deserved the life that Tony Stark told him to get. But yeah, it's crazy. So he lived his whole life, and then he knew the time and place he needed to be there to meet up with them, and he was just there waiting for them. And then he gives
The shield.
Falcon's shield and all that. And,
Yeah.
it was cool.
In that case, Disney also has a streaming thing of Peggy Carter
Okay.
of her life. So
Yeah.
him within those 60 years of living, I would not be surprised if he comes out in the series.
Really? But wasn't he like done with
was
the whole
done,
Captain
yeah.
America thing? But maybe he's done with Captain America, but not Steve Rogers.
Good point.
It's the same thing.
I mean, maybe it's less superhero-y show and more like normal Steve Rogers, Family Man. type
That
thing.
might as well be a sitcom.
Yeah. So,
Hi, honey. Dash, nabbit. Watch
Yeah.
your language.
but you guys excited for the next phase?
No.
Like, what they're gonna do? No, you think it's all downhill from here?
Yeah, I mean we've grown attached to these heroes and basically Iron Man and Captain America, they're both dead now. Cap it was kind of given that he would be dead. It'd be given that he's dead just because of how old he was.
Yeah.
And Iron Man, he's R.I.P. But Thor's now with the Asgardians, and
Mhm.
Professor Hulk is Professor Hulk, so he's
Whack.
now. But I mean, the next phase, the new generation of kids growing up, I'm pretty sure they'll enjoy. But for me right now, I'll stick to
It's
my
the end of
roots.
an era. Yeah.
It is.
That's kind of scary though to think about it. We saw a whole chain and generation of movies
Mm-hmm.
like growing up.
Well, 11 years.
That's crazy. Like we've lived through it. We're able to see everything since the first movie. Like this whole Infinity Saga is basically up there with like a Star Wars trilogy or the whole Star Wars saga.
Yeah.
Bro, opening night $1.3 billion for Endgame.
Yeah, breaking all kinds of records. And you could see it coming from a mile away as soon as you were starting to buy the pre-order tickets. Like, bro, seats went away so quick. Matter of days. When the pre-orders first released, already by that end of that first week, most of the seats were gone. We only managed to get like, third row seats, and we had bought it like 3-4 weeks ago. So it's a crazy. It's a social. It was a cultural thing.
Yeah. I mean, aside from that though, this past weekend, period, was just a great weekend for
Yeah.
Game of Thrones and Avengers
Yes.
fans.
Yeah. Starks are the real MVP.
MVPs, man.
Yeah.
Starks.
I'm actually gonna change my name to Byron Stark.
Byron Stark. Sounds nice, man.
It
Honestly,
does.
R.I.P. Iron Man, Tony Stark did what he did. Y'all know what he did. And then on the other side, man, I'm changing my daughter's. Well, I don't have a daughter, but I'm going to name.
Get
Sure.
a dog and name it Arya.
Or I could do that
Yeah,
too.
get a
That's
dog.
less commitment.
Yeah.
But whatever, animal or daughter, I'm going to name her Arya because Arya is that girl.
Yes, she is.
is that man. Ooh,
Arya Salinas.
right? Sounds
Arya
nice.
Salina.
Sounds all right.
Bro, that doesn't sound bad at all, especially
no.
with a Spanish accent.
Hey,
Arias.
wifey, you already know. Man, but honestly, a lot of people are feeling kind of like on the fence about this. But when I was watching the episode and I saw Arya going for the kill, I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, and they made you hold your breath too
When
when he caught her.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, oh my gosh, it was so crazy. That scene, you see her, like I noticed it right when the White Walker that was with him,
The hair blew by.
when he turned, I'm like, uh-oh, something's happening. Someone's coming. And then in the back of my mind, I knew like it would be Arya. After that scene with the priestess, she told her like, oh, not today, death. And then she ran.
Yeah.
So I'm like, where'd she go to? And I was just waiting the whole rest of the episode, like, where's she gonna come? Where's she gonna come?
Yes.
And then when it got to that scene, I'm like, nah.
Not
The
today.
Night King?
Not
the
today.
Night King? She going for the Night King. And then I saw her lunge. I'm like, no way. And
Yeah.
then he caught her. I'm like,
No way.
and then she dropped the knife. I'm like, no,
No
way. Bro, unbelievable, bro. That was a crazy
Bro.
episode.
Although, our previous friend Matthew, 'cause- yeah, ex-friend, yeah,
He who shall not be named.
yeah,
Two. Yeah.
exactly. he doesn't believe that much,
Right.
that he's
Right.
the
That
Night
he's
King
really
is.
dead.
Yeah, he doesn't believe that.
Yeah, he said what a lot of people are saying, that they felt like it was a bit anticlimactic with the whole Night King dying so easily, just one stab, poke, and he's gone, with no backstory, no
Well, they
one-on-one
gave the
fight.
backstory like seasons ago.
Yeah, they did, but that's from other people's perspective. I guess people wanted their perspective from the White Walkers and the Night King, what they're.
They don't even talk.
That's the
Like,
thing.
Yeah.
People wanted him to talk to Bran.
No.
Yeah. And I kind of did too. Like, I wanted to see them exchange at least some words, like, you
Right.
know. Huh?
No, yeah, I'm saying right. Yeah.
Yeah, like something. Like,
Yo,
they
imagine
had a
if he
deep.
actually did have an accent, like the unsullied accent.
No, imagine if he had like a proper British accent, like, cheerio.
Hello,
Hello.
Bron.
They had a really deep connection, him and Bran. So, people wanted to at least see like something, but all they got was a staring contest between them and the world's slowest drawing of the sword. But man, that episode was great, bro. It was great, but at the same time, I kept looking at the time because I was dying for the episode to be over, so like no more people would die. I was like stressed the heck out.
No, I wanted it to be over because how stressed I was.
Exactly.
The whole
I was-
episode,
bro. My
dude,
my heart was
stressful.
I'm gonna
pounding.
go from the beginning of the episode.
All right, go ahead.
When Miss Andre, whatever her name is, the red
Melisandre?
woman,
Yeah.
came out,
Yeah.
and she told the Dothraki to raise their swords.
Dude, hype,
Hype, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro,
Go out.
We're gonna
fire
defeat
fates.
them.
bro. Oh my god. Yeah. Everyone was like that when I saw
Bro.
that scene, and she lit like the sword. I'm like, all right, okay, let's do this. And they charge. I'm like, okay,
I was like, right,
okay.
right.
And
Dude,
then you
Jorah,
see the people like the lights starting
fading.
going out one by
Oh
one,
my
and then it gets quiet, and I'm like, oh my god, this is not good.
Yeah.
This is not good.
Bro.
And like you could feel that, man, they're fighting death because like all the torches were like shut off, and then you see a couple of horses coming, but like, they're running,
Yeah.
like scared.
The horses knew.
Yeah.
And then you see Jorah come back, and he was shook.
Yo,
Oh, yeah.
you know,
dude.
he led the charge. No one told him to charge, man. She just lit your swords, bro. That doesn't mean for you to go.
And honestly, that felt to me like a waste of resources.
Right?
Why did they
Yes.
charge into the darkness like that without knowing what they were facing?
Oh my god.
Yeah, bro, that horde of whites was insane. Like, bro, they did such a great job in building up the tension.
Yeah.
Because I felt it from the moment the lights faded out, and then it was just quiet, and then everyone was like,
They started running back.
everyone's face is like, oh
George said,
damn,
snap, that was a mistake.
we all dying tonight. And then you start hearing the wind, and then you start hearing the things start
footsteps and
walking,
the paces.
bro, and then they just slam into them like, bro, craziness, dude. It was craziness.
Yeah, I really liked how the show gave us that feeling that, man, they're unstoppable.
Right.
They're undefeatable.
Yeah.
Well,
And,
they
like,
they
there's
were.
nothing you can't do.
They
were.
They were.
They
And
were.
honestly, they are. Like, bro, they got so lucky. Like,
Oh yeah.
Arya, like she just heard the right words. The red woman spoke in her ear. She told her the thing she needed to hear.
Yes.
Like, cause she was running away when she was in the library. Like, I'm pretty sure Arya could have took on all the walkers in the library. But granted, she had like a concussion too. Like, she just got her head
yeah.
rammed into a wall.
And she was afraid.
Yeah. She was afraid.
But I'm pretty sure she could have took on all those walkers right there. Like, bro, she went towards them. Like, they're coming upstairs. And, like, she rolled on all their backs and, like, rolled off and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, bro, she wasn't afraid. Like, come on, bro.
No, but I guess, I don't know at what point it was, but she did get overcome with fear because it's interesting. She had this whole training with the many face,
man. Yeah.
and you know she knew death very well, and she had commented to Gendry like, oh, I like she was looking forward to seeing what kind of death, you know, what kind of
Looking
face
death
death
in the
was
face,
was
yeah.
gonna come with this time with the whites, and then she saw it and she was like, this is real death. Like, this is death. It's just death.
Yes.
And she I think she felt like she couldn't overcome death itself. And yeah, all it took was Melisandre though to, you know,
What
push
do
that
we say to
message in.
death
Yep,
when it
not
looks
today.
us in the face?
Not today.
Not today.
Yeah, harkening back to her training days with Syrio Farrell.
Bro, but you know what else gave me goosebumps and had me like in an emotional wreck. But at the same time, I was like, man, did a good job. Lyanna, Mormont, bro,
Dude.
that little girl had more
Dude.
balls than Sam,
Yes. Oh yeah.
Dude.
bro. A freaking 12-year-old girl took on a giant, bro.
She had more balls than Sansa.
Sansa had a dagger to kill walkers,
But
and she didn't do anything.
She hid and she was scared. And
When they all
Tyrion
started
took the
coming
control.
out from the crypt, like,
Yeah.
bro.
And that giant was squeezing her.
Just crushed her.
Yeah.
Crushed her. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And she
she
still managed to kill it.
dude.
Yeah.
Bro, that's
What?
the David and Goliath
Bro, she's
story.
like 10 years old in the freaking
I think
show.
she's even stronger than myself.
Bro, Mormonts are the, like, oh my gosh, they are
They're all
top
dead
notch.
now, but
Like, they're champions. Like,
Yeah.
and that's including Jorah, who went out, you know, like a boss.
Yes.
He took like 20, 30 stabs from those things.
yeah.
Protecting,
He
know
fought
what?
for his queen.
yeah, protecting
Did
Khaleesi.
you watch it with subtitles?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he said he was hurt.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
those were literally his
Yeah,
last
at
words.
the end.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
literally.
I didn't hear that.
He went,
I'm hurt.
I'm hurt.
Like,
And
well,
he just
no.
died.
No, really, bro?
Bro, I was like,
You
man, you
hurt?
could have said something. I was like, my queen. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, I'm hurt.
Every time I saw a death on Game of Thrones,
Mm.
I reminded of the last lines that Pepper said to Tony Stark.
You
it's
can rest
it's
now.
okay. You can rest now.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Dude,
Well,
that
no,
was
no, they didn't rest, man. The
No,
Night
they
King
didn't.
said, whoop. And he
that-
brought everybody back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Mormonts, the real MVPs. There's like 20 real MVPs, but just go with it. The Mormonts, like, that's it. Their house is done. Those were like the two remaining
last
lords in their
ones.
house,
Yeah.
and now they're gone. So it sucks, but dang, bro.
They
Yeah.
Lyanna, man.
they played their part.
Yeah,
They played their part. Who
for sure did.
died? Who the notable deaths?
Um,
First one was Ed.
Ed.
Yes.
Everyone saw that coming though. Like
Yeah, I mean, he
everyone
was really
knew
relevant.
one of those three were gonna die. Jon Snow, Samwell, or Ed. Ed was the obvious choice. there.
Low key throughout the episode, I kind of wanted Sam to die. Like Sam did not deserve to live, bro. He ran after Ned died.
Yeah.
He was the first one in the retreat to go through the door. As soon as it's a retreat, he said, "I'm out there, bro." He just went.
Honestly, I don't know why he was out there to begin with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He always says like people forget I was the first one to kill a White Walker because you got lucky.
You got lucky, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you didn't even know you had dragon glass and you killed the Walker. Like you got lucky.
Yeah.
And then
Bro, there was like about a legit 3 times that he should have died. Bro, he was being dogpiled. Remember that one scene where John was like trying to run towards the rearward trees to meet up with Bran?
yeah.
Bro, and he saw Sam. Bro, Samuel was legit on the floor being like covered with whites. And he's like, and he was just like trying to stab him like crazy. How does he survive that? Like, bro.
So fluffy, man.
How did he
That's the
survive
benefit
that?
of being fluffy.
Bro, how did anyone?
Walkers don't know where to bite because there's so much. Like, where do we go? Where do we start?
Oh, carne. Meat.
Bro, like, there were legit moments where every character should have died.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how any of them survived.
I don't know how
Like, Jaime-
Daenerys survived
Yeah.
Yeah.
either.
Well, Daenerys, yeah, it was kind of
Jorah. It was
convenient.
all because of
yeah,
Jorah.
that
and
Jorah
stuff.
showed up, but Jaime and
Brienne.
Brienne, like, how did they
Dude,
survive?
they had your backs against the wall the whole
And
time.
Podrick.
Yes.
Like, I have no idea. At least Podrick could
Could have died. I mean,
yeah, at least
it
one
would have
of
hurt
them.
a bit because honestly, I loved Podrick. He's so funny. Just his laugh, his
Yeah.
smirk. Period.
No, but even Sam. Sam was on the floor with
Yes.
with the deaths.
Yeah,
With the
He didn't-
deads.
yeah,
Yeah,
and he didn't die. Like how?
yeah, and that's one thing people were talking about. Like,
That made me laugh too because he was on the floor and he was crying and Jon Snow ran past him.
Yeah.
he looked at him. He's
he's like, I ain't got time for that, bro.
yeah.
for
I ain't
real.
got time to help you.
That's one thing people were talking about was they felt like there weren't enough deaths. Like they felt like, oh, that's it. Like only
Yeah, because it was what? It was Ed, Theon, Lyanna,
Jorah,
Yeah, that's
Jorah,
That's one death that like,
and
gave me goosebumps.
the fire sword guy.
Dondarrion, yeah,
Just and Miss the Melisandre.
Melisandre, yeah,
Dolores Ed. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, and no one cares about him, but the head of the Dothraki for Khaleesi, he died too.
Ooh.
He was like the new, he
Oh,
was
the
like
new
their
head?
commander of the Dothraki. Speaking of which, the Dothraki are pretty much wiped out, aren't they? At this point?
Yeah, I mean,
Like that was it. They're gone. And the Unsullied. Like, bro, they got wiped out.
dude, this guy Grey Worm closed the bridge.
Bro, Grey Worm was terrified. He was terrified. Like he was shook. Like the dude was like he was antsy. Like he was ready. Like, oh, y'all gonna light this or not? Because I'm about to I'm about to leave all these people right
he's
here
like,
to
come on,
die.
my people here, my people.
And even though Unsullied, like they're fine with that. Like that's the way they were brought up. Like they would take any command. Still, like, dang. Like
Yeah.
the dude like legit left them to die because he was
Well,
afraid.
I don't think he left them to die. Like that was the plan. The plan was to light the trenches and close the bridge. But there was a point where I didn't know if the Unsullied were able to retreat as well because they were letting everybody retreat, and then I saw like one back row go and retreat as well. So I don't know if they started like a chain of the Unsullied retreating, but the first couple lines of the Unsullied were massacred.
Oh, bro, they were wiped out, dude. The freaking whites came over them like a tsunami wave, dude. Like it was
Yeah,
so
they did.
insane. Like they were just
And then they
crawling
were
over
putting
top
out
of
the
them.
fire and stuff. Bro, this whole episode, this whole weekend was just stressful.
It was really stressful, super stressful, and you know, I guess I'm glad with the outcome. There are a few things here and there, I guess, where like it's kind of questionable, like with the Arya being the one to kill the Night King dying so easily. People say that even though it wasn't really easy, but I mean,
Yeah.
like as far as one-on-one combat, it was easy.
Yeah, because we've never seen him fight
Yeah,
either.
he was just really hard to get to. And the whole Azor Ahai prophecy, like, is kind of like up in the air now. Like, I don't know what it means now. Like, they had mentioned it in the show too. It wasn't just in the books. About the promised one who would come and extinguish the darkness. So I don't know if it's like, okay, was Arya the one they were talking about the whole time? Was John just a
it
tool
could,
for that?
It could still be John.
Or is it still John and Daenerys, and they just mean it in a more grand scheme of things with the Night King and Cersei? I don't know. And I hope they at least mention it before the show ends and give some light to it. But I'm not too mad about it. It is what it is. I'm happy with the way the episode was done. I was absolutely blown away by the end of the episode. So
There are some critics about last episode.
Yeah.
That it was too dark, and
Yes.
that no
The
one
lighting.
can see anything. And actually, there are like memes around
Yeah.
the internet, like just people posting a black image, and it says, "Oh, this was such a great episode," and it's pitch black.
You guys remember this
Yeah.
scene?
Yeah.
yeah, people were like, the Lord of
But
Light
were you
didn't
able to
direct
see?
the.
Yeah, I saw a meme. It was like, the only people we should thank for the lighting in this episode is Melisandre and
the
the
Lord of Light.
dragons
Yeah.
Yeah.
for providing some light.
Yeah. But I'm of like, I watch Game of Thrones and I always feel like it's like that.
It's
Honestly,
dark.
Like dark.
super
Well,
dark.
it started getting like that in the later seasons because the early seasons it wasn't dark. Like they were like outside. For
And you know
most of
what?
the time
Yeah,
during the
maybe
day.
it's because of winter, right? And
Uh-huh.
and more of the scenes were shot in King's Landing in the earlier seasons,
Mm-hmm.
and it was more vibrant, more bright. But later seasons they focus more on the north, and it's all like gray.
It started getting super dark once Jon Snow went to the wall.
Dude, yeah, it was so dark. Like you have to like turn up the brightness all the way. You have to close all the shades. You need subtitles
Yeah.
for sure. Because like it's hard to understand
to
them too
understand.
sometimes.
I'm hurt.
I'm crazy. I'm hurt. Where's Liana?
There's a Twitter from this girl, I guess, this user. It says, I would like to thank Melisandre for increasing the lighting in this episode by 100. And then there's this image of her like lighting the
The trenches.
trenches. Yeah.
Yeah, that was stressing me out too.
Oh yes.
Yeah, when she
Like,
was
when
there
she's like,
chanting and that
"Look,
wasn't
look,
working.
look, 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 look." And
Bro,
it just like lit up.
everything in this episode was so stressful. Bro, the one thing that I am kind of like bittersweet about is the Hound really like shying away and not really showing up for the fight, except with protecting Arya. But
Yeah.
at the same time, him surviving means we will get
The
Clegane Bowl.
Clegane brawl.
Yep. Clegane Bowl.
That's gonna be
Mountain
awesome.
versus the Hound is still on, thankfully.
I don't even think the Mountain knows who his brother is anymore.
I still think he does, man.
You think so?
I still think so.
Because he's basically a zombie, like
he is,
a Frankenstein.
but I
zombie.
feel like his conscious is still in there, like really deep inside. I feel like it's still a sliver of him in there. I feel like when the Hound went back to King's Landing and confronted him, I felt like there was a look of familiarity between him and the Mountain. Even
Yeah.
though he didn't respond or anything, I felt like the Mountain somehow knew that was his brother. But
Yeah. Question though about this episode: is Drogon or Drogon, whatever his name is, and Rhaegar dead?
the dragons,
Yeah, they looked
Oh.
dead the last time we saw them.
people,
No, they're not dead. Just the one who turned.
Viserion?
Yeah.
it's gone.
He's the only one gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there was people were thinking that, but there was a I guess a shot of them in the next episode in the trailer for the next episode.
Yeah.
And Ghost too.
Ghost. Oh, he's alive.
Yeah, somehow. And that's another thing I want to talk about. What the heck? What are y'all doing with Ghost? Like seriously, y'all like
They're just bringing random characters, bro. This chick who used to push Braun around, the Wildling girl, and her brother was also the Three-Eyed Raven or something like that. He used to work into things.
oh yeah.
Where'd
the
she
one that
go?
helped Bran. She gone. I don't know. I don't know where she went.
Exactly.
She could have helped. I don't know where she went. She just
Dang.
disappeared. She was done with Bran and this. I'm not gonna front. Bran is a little bit of a weirdo now, so I kind of understand. I
He
wouldn't
just
be able to
stoots
stand
there.
him either.
Yeah.
That's why they made the GoFundMe account to build him the bridge so he could get around Winterfell.
Dude legit stayed outside in the freezing cold for an entire episode.
He didn't eat. He didn't
He
sleep.
didn't do anything.
Nothing.
He just sat.
He was just waiting.
I don't even know if he blinked. Dude legit was waiting the entire night just for Jaime Lannister to show up, just so he could stare at him.
Bro, you know what's funny too? One of the reasons I thought Brienne was gonna die was because the previous episode she was
Knighted.
she was knighted.
Yeah.
It was like I said, it was that happy feeling. I was like, something.
No
bad's
bueno.
gonna
I don't know. I think it may come up in the next battle though.
Yeah.
In the battle for King's Landing, which now is like, what's gonna happen? Like
happen.
they have no army left.
They have no army. Like the Unsullied there's probably like maybe like 100 Unsullied left. Dothraki, I literally think there's 0. They have no horses. They're gonna have some Iron Island people from Theon's
Yara,
sister.
yeah.
From Yara.
Yara, she still has
and
her.
some ships.
Yeah, so
But-
there's that.
Exactly. You're gonna go up against Yara's ships against Euron's ships now.
Yeah.
With the 20,000 plus men
At least
Cersei
they
has.
still have both dragons though. Neither one of them died.
Yeah.
That's one
But they're
thing.
severely injured.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
Rhaegon, whatever, he has that scratches in his
He
stomach.
got tore up. Yeah,
Oh,
they
he got tore up on his stomach.
I thought he was
Drogon
gonna
was
die.
stabbed all over
Yeah.
when he had to like shake off those walkers
Dude,
and
oh my
stuff.
god, that
Yes.
was crazy.
Bro, they looked like ants, and then when they were just falling right there in front
Bro,
of Daenerys,
I was stressed out
Yeah.
there, bro.
he said, "I'm sorry, ma, I gotta go."
Yeah, he was like,
was
I'm
like,
out.
"Mom, vete."
Bro, I'm sorry, ma. See ya. I'm out. Like, get your new boyfriend to help you out. But
But he came back.
His old one,
At the end.
the old girlfriend came back. Old boyfriend came back.
Yeah.
Jorah.
Jorah.
Um,
House friend zone.
Jon Snow was ready to die.
Huh?
Jon Snow was ready to die.
Oh yes.
Because he just stood in front of Viserion and he was like, you know what? Might as well just kill me right now. Because,
Yeah,
like, there's no
he
way
had
we're
given
winning
up.
this.
But you know what? People were speculating, like, would he have died because he's a Targaryen? Like, would the fire have killed him
Probably because it was from the dead.
from a dead dragon?
Yeah.
Because I don't know. Like,
Well, maybe
it hasn't
not
been tested
because
out.
the fire didn't kill the Night King.
Yeah.
That scene got me mad stressed too. Bro, he just looked at he just
He
smirked.
smiled, bro. He smiled, bro. If
He's
you
a
check
petty, yo. He's
Yeah,
petty.
he's petty. If you check out our Instagram, I posted a meme on that. Bro, hilarious.
When,
Dude.
No,
you,
but even-
when,
Patchy
your
Beards.
mom, when your mom
Patchy
tries to
Beards
hit you,
Instagram.
but you groan.
Bro, hilarious, dude. Like, oh my gosh. And I knew like Dragonfire wasn't gonna work. Like that would have been too easy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, I thought it would have been okay if he would have been hurt from it.
But nothing.
Nothing.
He was chilling.
Yeah, he didn't even move. He just looked up. Like, you really think this is going to work?
And I thought he was gonna kill the dragon right there.
Oh, when he grabbed the spear
Yeah.
and...
Oh yes.
But he
Yeah, I
missed.
thought he was. And then John trying to. Everyone wanted that fight, which is why I think people are frustrated with John coming. But then the Night King like raised all the to get in his way, and it
The
never
Night
happened.
King was a coward. I'm not going to front. He was a bit of a coward, man. Like, that's probably why he died.
He was
He
probably
was,
like,
but
I don't
that's
have-
why he was such a threat because he never let himself be vulnerable up until the last part. And that's
Yeah.
only because Arya went through all that crazy training she did and became someone with the skills to sneak past all those. I don't know how she did it, honestly. That kind of is like questionable. But she snuck
Yes.
past all those dead people and managed to get a chance. And that's all you needed with them, a chance. Because up to this point, he hadn't given anyone any chances. So that's what made him such a crazy threat. And the one chance they got, they capitalized on it and it worked out. So
I kind of wish he would have stabbed him in the head, though. Like, I know she caught the knife here, but I wish she would have just, like, jabbed it up into
up
his head.
it's like
Like she did with that
Yeah.
one white in the library. That stressed me out, too.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
They both like,
Yeah.
and she just pulled
yo,
the
she
knife
was
out.
playing some Splinter Cell. Action.
Bro,
Wow, dude.
it was The Last of Us. Literally like The Last of
Yeah.
Us. When she threw the book, I was like, find the bottle. Throw the bottle.
Yeah, and yeah, we talked about all the other ones, but I think the last dead character to touch on was Theon.
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 Freaking Theon,
Man.
bro.
Hold on. I gotta
I-
give a round of applause to Theon.
Reek.
Because
Yes. Yes.
you redeemed yourself, man.
Yes, for sure.
Good job. Yeah.
I had thought after watching the last season that his redemption arc was a little rushed towards the end. Like as far as like, oh, he ran away from Euron. Then like a few episodes later, he's taking control of the fleet again. Just because of one fight with one of the people. Like, oh, that's all it took. But when it comes to this season, bro, they did it so perfectly, dude. Like all the way up until the end, bro. Perfect ending. The perfect ending to his character. Bro, his whole character arc was made for those last moments.
yes.
where Bran was like, "You're a good man, bro." That's all.
That part
Theon,
got me.
Yeah, that's all Theon wanted in
Yeah.
his whole life was to do the
To someone to
things,
acknowledge
to
and
do the right
yeah.
things. Yeah, and he was struggling just to define which path he needed to take to become a good man. Whether he needed to be a good man for the Greyjoys or
Ironborn,
for the
yeah.
Starks, he was always split. But for him to finally find, that confirmation at the end from someone who he had betrayed and he had killed important people in front of, for him to say, and that's like probably the one moment that Bran has shown any emotion whatsoever, even though it wasn't much. But he said anything that was of, emotional worth.
Yeah, he said
And
the right words.
He did. And man, Theon, whew, man, that was a great way to go out.
Like,
yes.
I had a little bit of hope, like maybe he's gonna hit him, or maybe he's gonna get like one good hit in
No.
or something. But
No.
Night King just said what, and he got him good. But
and it was crazy because for a second I thought like they were shipping him and Sansa together to be a couple. I don't know how that would work, but I mean, we
maybe
could ask Grey
Tyrion-
Worm how it works for
Tyrion
him.
and Sansa.
But now it's looking like
Yeah.
Tyrion and Sansa.
You're
actually.
going back? I guess.
It looked like it when they were about to die in the crypts. Like they had a moment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They had a moment,
They did.
and she said like, "You were like
The
the best
best.
husband I've had," and it was jokingly, obviously, because she had terrible husbands.
Yeah.
But she said like it would never work. So that's her saying that
But
she
her
was
own-
thinking of
her
it
only
working
her only reason for saying it would never work
Exactly.
was because of the loyalties.
because of someone else, not
It
because of
doesn't-
her.
Because of her.
Exactly.
So whoop de doo, who knows? But I saw a comparison, and this was so true. And there was a point where I started liking Sansa, like as her character. I was like, man, Sansa has a grip of her role now, bro. There was a comparison between Sansa and Daenerys.
I saw it.
You saw it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was 100% accurate. Sansa stayed in the crypt, hid. Sansa was supposed to help protect her people and had the only weapon that can kill walkers, and instead she hid.
Yep.
Daenerys, she was out in the battlefield fighting with her dragons and for her people. She killed thousands of White Walkers with the dragon. And at the point where she didn't even have her dragon, she picked up a sword
Still fought.
Yeah.
and still fought
Yeah,
to
with
defend
Jorah.
herself.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
fought with Jorah. Granted, Jorah did protect her most of the time, but still, she fought nonetheless. And if Sansa, I think after this episode has the balls to still confront Daenerys and talk doo-doo about Daenerys,
Oh, I think Daenerys proved herself to
Yes.
to
Yes, she
all
did.
the northern people.
and I think she has a more appreciation for Jon Snow now, not because Daenerys hasn't seen the threat before, but this is this is technically the first time she fought them, because I mean the very first time she was just like rescuing
Mhm.
the other people, but like Daenerys is not a fighter. Like she's
Is
she's
this
a
the
queen.
first time we'd seen her pick up a weapon and
Yes,
actually
this is
fight?
the
Right?
first time she ever picked
Yeah.
up a sword.
Yeah.
And usually it's the dragon fighting anyways, so
Mm-hmm.
she doesn't do much. But when it was a fight and fight, fly or fight situation, she fought. She stood her ground. She fought, and I applaud her for that. Sansa, you disappointed me.
She had more balls than
Tyrion disappointed me a little bit too.
Yeah, he's been disappointing lately.
Yeah,
Honestly,
with a lot of things.
for the past season or two, he's been a little disappointing.
he's been off his mark.
Yeah, he's been making a lot of stupid choices. But the whole Jon and Daenerys thing, like, I'm interested to see where things are gonna go now, because there's like, now that the threat is gone, the issue of the Iron Throne is still there.
I don't
and
think he wants it though.
I don't think so either. But I don't know. Maybe there's like a little spark inside of him that Samuel, ignited, saying that, would you rather Daenerys take control, or do you think you would do better? And I think he might at least be questioning that. And he might be looking at Daenerys in a different light now that he's found out, that the things that she's done.
What the thing with Jon Snow is, like, I feel like he's a great fighter and a great leader, but I think he's a horrible decision maker.
He's not a king. That's what you're saying.
No, I'm not saying he's not a king, because even a king
He's a
has peop-
warrior. He's not a king.
Even kings have people to counsel them when it comes to making decisions. So
Granted, I don't think he'd be as bad as Robert Baratheon, but he's of that same ilk. He's the same type of.
Well, yes and no. He's the same. He's a warrior, but he's not a. He's an honorable man.
He is honorable.
John
as in,
Stark's
like,
warrior,
he
and
would
he's
care.
honorable.
He would care about what the people want and what they need, but at the same time, I feel like his desire to be a hero would overcome
that.
his delegation skills.
But you know what's gonna conflict that now? The fact that he found out his dad was a liar. Like, even though it was to protect him,
Oh, you mean Ned?
Ned.
Yeah.
And to find out that Ned lied. Even though it was to protect him, like when he first found that out, that destroyed him completely. Or I think it either destroyed him or he just used that as a shield to deflect the fact that he is the true king.
Yeah, he did seem really conflicted about it. I don't know what's gonna happen with them. Honestly, I hope it works out on it. Honestly, we still have yet to see if there's like some pregnancy reveal from
Seriously?
Daenerys.
Cersei, yeah.
She's a
No, Daenerys.
Oh,
From Daenerys, like whether she got pregnant with John's baby or
I
not.
was talking about Cersei.
oh wow.
Cersei, that's a whole nother thing. I have it up there on the board.
Incest.
Cersei said she ain't a boop, but then she proceeds to act like one 10 seconds later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's like, if you want a whore, go buy one. If you want a queen, earn her. 10
seconds later. You saw that meme?
Right.
With
The
the Kermit? Bent over. Dude. Oh, yeah. I don't know what she's thinking. I have no idea. She's so unpredictable at this point. Like, she's off the walls. Like, she's insane. And I think that makes her a really big threat. Whether she's pregnant or not, I don't know. Like, she could be faking it.
I think she's faking it because at that time she was trying to convince Jamie to stay too. And she kind of used that, because she knew his loyalties were kind of divided.
Yeah.
And she was kind of using that to her advantage.
Yes.
But now that she sees that Jamie's gone, maybe she is pregnant now from Euron.
From Euron, yeah. I don't know if she's like, okay, then let me actually get pregnant with Euron. But I don't know what purpose that would serve her at this point in the game. I don't know who she could manipulate with that. Tyrion, she could keep manipulating him maybe. I don't know. Tyrion's to be seen what he's going to do because I feel like there's a little friction there too between him and Daenerys. I feel like he probably doesn't feel like he's being appreciated enough, and then she feels like he's just making really stupid choices that are making her question his loyalty. So there's conflicting sides there, and I don't know how that's going to end up. But it's a possibility that he could betray her in the end. And the only reason I could see that taking place would be because Cersei manipulates him through, a family member being her baby, But even then, like, he'd be really stupid to do that, honestly. He'd be really stupid to do that. So, I don't know. It remains to be seen.
One person that I thought was going to show up in the battle, Bronn.
I thought so, too, for a second. I thought so.
Yeah.
I thought that, he'd come up there because Cersei told him to go try to kill them. I don't think he would go and kill them, but I think he would go and
just join their side.
Or, like, talk to them at least and let them know what's going on. And I thought he would, like, show up and maybe save one of them with the crossbow or something.
Yeah.
But it didn't happen. I don't know. Maybe in the next episode or so, we'll see what happens.
What are you guys gonna think is gonna happen with the allied forces? Are they gonna stay with at Winterfell, or
whatever remains of them? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. I think Daenerys will use this as a rallying cry
Same.
to unite them. Be like, okay, now let's take over the kingdoms and rule ourselves because we still got this crazy girl down here. We still got this crazy girl to take care of, who's a pretty big threat as well. So I think I remember seeing it in the episode trailer, her like, rallying up the people that were there.
Yeah.
That were left. Like we said, we don't know who else she could rally up other than the Greyjoys that were on the Iron Islands. Maybe she could hit up her old flair. What's his name?
Oh, you're right. I forgot the guy.
Dang. What's his name again?
The
Dude that she left over there in Marine.
Yeah, who's
with
like on
the
distraught.
Sons of the Harpy.
Yeah,
Or not the Sons of the Harpy. What was their names? The
Karth.
second sons.
Karth,
The second sons, I think.
something like that.
Something
I don't
like that.
remember. But man, there's a lot to cover.
Yeah, I don't know because he still has an army over there, so maybe they could help too. But then again, what would happen over there? I don't know. There's very limited options for them at this point, so I'm curious to see how they pull it out. But
something funny with Cersei. In the very first episode, well, yeah, from this season, obviously. Was she expecting elephants to be
oh yeah
in the boats?
huge.
Yeah.
Became
Where's
a
my
huge meme.
elephants?
Yeah.
Because she
Like,
made
come
it
on.
such a huge point. Like, what about the elephants?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm one of those elephants.
And I was thinking that because there's an elephant right across the room, and I've been staring at it this whole time. There was like a picture of Sophie Turner who plays Sansa
In the
elephant
outfit?
outfit. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
funny.
She
And
wanted-
honestly, everyone wanted the elephants because
Yeah.
when they first said, "Oh, elephants! Oh, that sounds like some Lord of the Rings action. That sounds
Yeah.
pretty dope." But I guess it wasn't in the budget for CGI.
they needed Dumbo. That's what
Dumbo,
she
yeah.
wanted.
Yeah,
Those
bro,
flying
some flying
elephants.
elephant action. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got your elephant, Cersei. Got your elephant right here.
But I think that pretty much covers most of what we wanted to talk about. I don't know if there's any last things you guys want to touch on before we close up.
No, man. Well, there's things we missed, but we covered a lot.
We really did.
No, we know it's a long episode. But
Arya's not a virgin anymore, by the way.
that's something we definitely did not.
She had
cover.
She's
ve-
not a kid.
No, a lot of people are complaining about saying that because they still see her as a kid.
Yeah, I still see her. As
Yeah,
a
me
kid.
too. So it was kind of weird, but
Yeah.
very eventful season for her.
The actress commented. On Twitter. She's like, "If you guys think that was awkward for you, my parents are watching the episode with me," or like something like that. So, yeah, think about that.
Well, they didn't show her like completely.
Just some
nude.
side boob. Yeah.
side boob and
Arya's
upper
side
butt,
boob.
cheek.
upper butt. Yeah, and that's it.
That's good. I'm glad you just leave it there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's keep it
But,
at that. But we're excited to see. Was it 2 more episodes or 3?
Two to three more episodes of Game of Thrones, and
Yeah.
that's it. We don't have
It's
no
over.
more. Gonna have to find another
No
show to
more.
binge watch.
Yep.
But with everything we've said, I know it's a lot of information to take in. Please, if you have any comments, questions about the episodes or Avengers, and you want to share it with us so we can say later in another episode.
Any theories?
Any
also.
theories, exactly.
Yeah.
Like where's Avengers gonna go? Like
Where's
what other
Loki?
movies?
Mm-hmm.
Loki with the Tesseract. What's gonna happen next?
What's Splinter gonna do?
Yeah, the MVP rat. Please send us a DM through our Instagram account or just comment. Don't forget to like and subscribe our videos, and stay loyal, man. We love you guys. Thank you for all the support. And you guys have anything else to say?
No, just want to thank Byron for being our guest and lending some of his input on today's episode.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me. I guess I'm gonna take over Matthew, our former friend.
Yeah, that
Uh,
guy.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
guy's
yeah.
gone.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I
Yeah, no,
I said
that's
his
all right.
name. Yeah,
Never
sorry.
again. Yeah.
yeah.
No, but with
That
being
being
said,
said,
all right, let's do it.
I
again.
didn't say it.
hey, let's try it again.
It's gonna be my first time saying it. So.
1, 2, 3.
With that being said.
Patchy beers are out.